For me, first of all, Peter Obi has made it clear that he is not desperate to be president. We Obidient, we are behind him. We are watching. Probably where his eyes can see, we watch above his head. From my perspective, I don't know what's happening in the Labour Party and what their game plans are, but whatever it is, we are looking at their sincerity and honesty here. If they mean what they are saying, then of course, it will be the smart man. He will go with them. But the whole question of sincerity is what is still not clear to us. And I'm talking as an Obidient.
You know, in addition to the point he made, said that even if you had stayed with the PDP, your chances of picking the ticket or winning the general election was actually very, very slim. What do you make of that? Respond to that. And exactly what are your chances with the Labour Party? I mean, a center-left party. Do the ideologies of the Labour align with yours?
Let me say it again.
Yes.
I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm not one of those desperate politicians. That is why you don't see me, even when I was contesting even when I contested for the first time to be governor, even in my re-election, it will shock you that during my re-election, people will say, "Sir, now that you're in office, go and ask the 30 member of House that impeached me." We sat down and they said, "If you give us this, we will stop the impeachment in front of everybody." And I can call notable names and there. And I said, "I'm not going to give it to you. I'd rather go. My name is Peter Obi. My name is not Governor of Anambra State. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria that works for the youths. We have so much talent and energy here. I want to do that. That's all. It is not about, I want to see a Nigeria where that can generate 30, 40, 50 megawatts of electricity. We can't be in a country where, giant of Africa, for years we cannot generate more than 4,000 megawatts of electricity. Number 2 country in Africa, South Africa, with 60 million people, is generating 54,000.
Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So again, Labour Party has chosen P2B to be their presidential candidate for the coming election in 2027. But you know the funny thing about it is that before they said that the office or the table is open for everybody in the party to choose. Okay, but now they are giving the sole right to P2B. P2B has not said anything concerning that because P2B kept saying that he is not desperate to be a president. The people, Obidient especially, are suspecting there is some uncanny behavior in the Labour Party currently, and this may result to why P2B has not responded either positively or negatively. Could it be that P2B is considering not running again, or that he do not want to run under Labour Party? Remember what happened the last time. Okay, people are saying that there are some people who have bad intentions that are in the party, and remember that anything that happens in the party that people are going to, because of the kind of influence that P2B has, people are going to channel it to P2B, making it to be like it is his fault. We saw it happen 2023. Anything that any member of the party do or does, they will attribute it to P2B, like as if he's the owner, not minding that this party has been in existence before P2B even decided to run for presidency. So P2B has not said anything because in two interviews now, he has said that he's not desperate for being the president. In the New Year message that he has for Nigeria, he even said that even if this is the end, then so be it. So if you look at the man, nobody knows whether he has intention of running for presidency again in 2027. Maybe people around him knows, but no official declaration yet. And Labour Party are showing the table for him that if he wants to run, that he can choose, that they have chosen him to be their 2027 presidential candidate. Now, Obidient are not like standing with Labour Party. They are like standing with P2B and with P2B alone. This man in this interview now, this honorable, he said that he's an Obidient, and as an Obidient, speaking for himself and other Obedients, he said that they are still looking at Labour Party, that they have not trusted Labour Party 100%, that they are still looking for them. Maybe if they see any aspect of honesty in them, then maybe P2B, being the wise man that he is, that is going to run under them. But for now, they are waiting for P2B's direction. Labour Party, Anyway, let's watch and see. But for now, watch this interview so that you see what this Obidient has to say for the upcoming 2027 election.
The National Working Committee of the Labour Party on Friday endorsed the 2023 presidential candidate of the party, Peter Obi, as its presidential candidate for the 2027 general election. This development was made available to journalists in Abeokuta.
Now let's break down for all the details about this. The party expressed confidence that Obi will unseat President Bola Tinubu. He's led All Progressives Congress (APC) in the 2027 presidential election. Now, the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Abayomi Arabambi, said many Nigerians, especially youths, are currently yearning for Obi due to Tinubu's policies cut out to impoverish Nigerians. The party also endorsed Gbadebo Road's rival and Alex Oti as Lagos and Abia State gubernatorial candidates for the party come 2027, expressing that the Labour Party is united in its resolve to bring about a better Nigeria under the leadership of Peter Obi. So many questions come to mind. Can the Labour Party defeat the ruling APC in 2027 general elections or clinch more seats in the National Assembly maybe? Will the party without structure, as it was referred to, be open to merger talks? We'll hopefully get answers to this as we bring on our guests to expatiate on what the Labour Party may have to do differently in 2027. But just to talk about, before we get into it, it's important to mention that before now the position was that the Labour Party was not going to throw its weight behind Peter Obi, but now
it makes you question the internal democracy in the Labour Party. But I guess our guests will put all of this into perspective.
All right, let's bring in Ken Auzonchi, who will further explain what the situation is. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. I think the first place to begin is, what was a 360-degree turnaround in the Labour Party that has now ensured that the Labour Party has thrown its weight behind Peter Obi. Bearing in mind that at the last conversations, when there was issues with Julius Abure, they had said that the tickets will be open to everybody and that they will no longer make it the sole preserve of Peter Obi.
Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
For me, I'm very, very careful with, watching what those folks are doing there. For me, first of all, Peter Obi has made it clear that he's not desperate to be president. We Obidient, we are behind him. We are watching. Probably where his eyes can't see, we watch above his head. From my perspective, I don't know what's happening in the Labour Party and what their game plans are, but whatever it is, we are looking at their sincerity and honesty here. If they mean what they are saying, then of course, Peter Obi is a smart man. He will go with them. But the whole question of sincerity is what is still not clear to us. And I'm talking as an Obidient.
Now, you refer to yourself as the Obidient General. Could you explain the philosophy behind your movement and why you believe so much in one individual? And what does this endorsement say about internal democracy in Labour Party? Some will say it's not democratic.
We Obedients have always said that we needed an all-inclusive convention where the free fair play ground is, created for all parties to participate and a new executive emerge from the Labour Party. But since all this were not done, don't also forget that there's still a case in court. So if there's a 360-degree change in the attitude of these executives of the Labour Party, we are watching with caution. And I believe His Excellency Peter Obi knows the right steps to take. And he has the entire decision to make. We as Obedients, like I can tell you, we are preparing ourselves for our leader to carry us to wherever he chooses to go. So if the Labour Party at this time, now at this stage, turns around and says that it doesn't Peter Obi, well, we'll be waiting to see what our leader will say. But like I said again, he's not desperate. He's watching, talking to different groups. But from my perspective, Nigerian opposition parties are like animals in a reserve with poachers hanging on the fence, while the authorities of the reserve looks the other way. I want to call on INEC and the rest of them. You recall a few months ago, INEC had come out clearly to say that this same Abure signature was no longer valid. While we jubilated, based on that, the same INEC has now gone back again to validate the signature of the same Abure. So we are watching with caution as a group that looks after our master's interest, and we believe Peter Obi knows the game. So we are watching. We welcome the only branch created by Abure, but we are watching with suspicion, if I may tell you.
Okay, just to ask, my colleague had asked you earlier about the the perspective of some who may see that it's not democratic to throw your support behind one person without giving every other person a fair chance. So I ask, does this represent the general intent or the general desire of everybody in the Labour Party or the majority in the Labour Party that the ticket be officially be given to Peter Obi and, Gbadebo Rhodes Vival and Alex Otti as well?
Well, like I said, we didn't participate. We never participated in the convention. We didn't participate in what they did in Abeokuta. They know the modality at which they matched. But like I said, Peter Obi, at a later stage, might have to say something. We cannot speak for him. They have mentioned that Peter Obi, they are throwing their weight on Peter Obi. We will wait for Peter Obi to either accept or decline. Like I can tell you, there's a lot of talks going around alliances with other political parties. And you also remember that the APC today, most of them are from the PDP. They are from the CPC. It's an amalgamation of all the different political parties. So I will expect Peter Obi to tread with caution and expand his communication to other political parties. And where he chooses to go with the Labour Party, we are willing to follow him.
Okay.
We are not joining issue with the Labour Party anymore.
Now, in the last elections, in the 2023 elections, critics argued that the Labour Party lacked deep-rooted political structures necessary to win at the national level. What steps are being taken to strengthen the structures ahead of 2027? Do you think lessons have been learned, and come 2027 elections, your candidate and the entire Obidient movement will go a notch higher and a much better outing than in 2023, and also unseat the ruling All Progressive Congress?
I will sincerely disagree with you that we lacked what it takes, because you know clearly that the Labour Party and the Obidient movement did what they did to win the presidency. And we know that we're not going to always hammer on what happened. What we are doing right now as Obidient is to watch the political climate, to see which groups we can co-opt into our system. We stand the possibility of getting Peter Obi into the presidency in 2027 because the mistakes done by the North in supporting President Bola Tinubu is clearly not working. And as soon as you're not able to deliver the dividend of democracy to the people you promised, be sure that the votes will backlash. We are not even bothered about 2027 right now. Our leader is making his consultations while we are building on the Obidient network and other support groups. And as soon as our principal gives us the go-ahead, obedience are organic. We are found in every political party. And our support is not based on money. The test case will be in Anambra. We have an election in Anambra coming up. We are watching on all the political actors. We, at the end of the day, Obedience will now tell ourselves, okay, this guy, this candidate from XYZ party is giving us all whatever we are looking at in an aspirant or in a candidate. And we'll make our choice. Peter Obi remains today the threat to Asrock. And we are aware that any move he makes now might mar or make him. So we are very careful and we are following carefully.
All right, thank you.
I still will repeat. We don't really know what Abure is up to. That's why we are waiting for our principal to advise us on what to do. Labour Party remains the pride of Nigeria. We built the Labour Party. The Obidient movement and the support groups made Labour Party what it is today. I'm sure they know.
All right, Ikenna Azomchine, thank you for your time with us.
From the way this man is sounding, it is obvious that not all Obedients have trust in Labour Party anymore. But changing party at this period, don't you think that it will be something that will be very, very heavy on the side of P2B? Like if he should contest for the 2027 election, and which party is he going to go to, number one? Another thing, changing party at this period, like if he should go to another party to contest for presidency, wouldn't it be a very strenuous task for him and also be a challenge for the Obedience, because people will have to get used to that new party, you know, because everything during the 2023 election, everything that all the Obedience were singing then was Labour Party, LUP and all this sort. Now, for P2B to change party again for this coming election, is it going to be something that is going to strain his campaign or anything? What do you think about this? Please share me your opinion in the comment section. Do you suggest that P2B collect what the Labour Party is handing over to him? Like they are throwing this card open to him that if you want to run for presidency, you are free to run for presidency in our party. Do you think he should accept it, or do you think he should just forget about everything presidency for this tenure and wait till Tinubu or whoever? What do you think? Share me your opinion in the comment section.